Hey everybody, today I am so excited to be with you. Today we're going to be talking about multi-step marketing. Multi-step marketing. Now people probably go, wait, what is multi-step marketing? What does that mean? Well, it means that with most people's ads and marketing today, it's like we're trying to get them to take action. We're saying, here's an ad, take action right now. 50% off, 10% off, or a 30-day free trial or something like that. We're trying to make somebody take action to get our services or our products right now. But the problem with that is most people have to see something or be, let's say, touched. It's between 5 and 8 times before they're going to make a decision and actually buy. And most people aren't ready to buy immediately. They are going to buy, a week from now or 3 weeks from now or a month from now or even a year from now. But we want to make sure that when they do buy, they buy from you or they buy from us, right? We want to be the people that they're buying it from. So multi-step marketing is that you are going to be in front of this person multiple times until they are ready to buy. In fact, there's some stats. It's 80% of sales require 5 follow-ups after a meeting, which is pretty awesome. I mean, that shows you right there that you've got to follow up and follow up. I mean, we could do a whole podcast, Troy, just on follow up.
Yes.
Because we've got some horror stories of follow up. And so out of that, 44% of sales reps never follow up after the first conversation or meeting. That's insane. In fact, you recently had one of your rental properties that had a water damage happen, huge water damage, like ceiling falling in style damage. And you had to go out and get a bunch of quotes. And what happened?
Yeah. So I think I got 5 different quotes and only 1 out of the 5 actually followed up with me after the fact.
1 out of the 5.
Yeah. And guess what? He got the job.
That's amazing. And how many times did he actually follow up with you?
I think just once.
Yeah. And you were like, wow, this guy actually followed up. You were surprised.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I saw a stat the other day that said 30 to 50% of business goes to the person who follows up first.
That's amazing.
So
that's amazing. And think about that. So I want all my listeners, be honest right now. Think about your business. Are you following up? How good is your follow-up system? Because it's so important. Yes, it's great to run an ad, to spend some money, run an ad, and then go, oh, this is how much it brought me back. We all love that. And you can have those kind of ads running, or you can have those. There's different things. And we're going to go through those examples of different types of ways to follow up with people in just a second. But in these different things, you can follow up, you can have a first one that goes out that's got some sort of special offer or some take action type thing. But then from there, you need to have follow-up so that you are going to get, you're going to send out this flyer, you're going to do an ad, you're going to do whatever you're going to do. And some people are going to take action. But we already know that most people are not going to take action on the first go round and they need to be seen. So from there, you have to have additional follow-ups. So Troy, why don't you go ahead and give us some examples of ways that people can follow up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Clients.
So, and this is one of the things I love multi-step marketing because like Trevor said, it's this specific sequence of touches with this prospect, that's going to educate them, it's going to deliver value, and it's going to make sure that they remember you when they, are ready to buy.
Yeah.
And so here's some examples. So one is mailers. And I want you to think about this. If you guys have ever done mailers, maybe you do like Valpak or something like that, right? And your thing goes out and you have the little, the little mailer in there. It goes out once and you send it out to a bunch of houses. And what do they most likely do with it? Yeah. 90% of them or more throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, oh, I just wasted all that money.
Except for the super old people, they like to go through the mail pack. They're like, oh, look at this.
Exactly. But even if they go through it, a lot of times they look at it and they go, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. But I'm not ready for that right now.
Window screens. I've lived in my new house for almost 3 years now. And I thought, every time I get a Valpak, I'm like, I should get window screens. In fact, I've got fake grass. So the sun reflects off the fake grass and they keep telling me it's going to melt. Now, luckily it has not melted yet. And we live in Arizona, so it does get pretty dang hot. But I keep thinking I need to get window screens. And every time I get the Valpak, I think, oh, I should take this special offer and I should get window screens. I haven't done it. And it's been 2.5, almost 3 years. Here's the thing is, I will get window screens. I promise you. One of these days when my life slows down a little bit, I'm going to get window screens. And you know where I'm going to go? I'm probably going to be looking in that value pack for, what was that one that had it for like 50% off first time customers? That's what I'm going to be looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Now that's hoping that you actually save the val pack, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you can't just like mail out one and then hope that you're going to get jobs.
Because I'm not going to save it. No, I'm going to be looking in the new mailer that comes out.
Exactly. And that's multi-step marketing, being there in front of them, multiple times until they're ready to buy.
Yep.
So mailers is a really good one. So like, for example, you send out a mailer, and you're going to get a percentage that buy. Let's say 10% buy, right? So then you're going to, if you're doing it the right way, the 90% that didn't buy, you're going to send a second one to them.
Yep.
Right? And then more people are going to buy out of that, and then you're going to take the ones that didn't buy again, and you're going to send it to them. And you're going to keep doing this process until it's not worth it anymore from a cost perspective, meaning that your return on investment does not actually outperform the cost that you're sending. Right. But I want you to think about that. So like, let's say you get 10% on the first mailer, you send out another one, you pick up another, 10% on the second one, and then you pick up another 8% on the next one after that, and then maybe 2% on that. Well, now you've picked up what, 20%, you've literally doubled your response.
Absolutely.
Off of that marketing.
Think about it. The cool thing about like Valpak, and because we get asked this all the time, does mailers still work? Yes, in certain industries. And we've probably said this before, but remember, in order for you all to remember this, I've got to tell it to you at least 8 times. Right? That's right. That's what we just said. You got to be touched 8 times. So yes, mailers work. Valpak works. Things like this, magazines, they work in certain industries at certain times of years, things like that. And so the thing is their job, also think about this, is their job is to continue to get it out to new people, that Valpak. They need to be getting more people. So it's like you go, okay, I send it out the first time and it hits a certain amount of people. Well, then they send it out the next time. It's going to hit that same certain amount of people, but there might be more people that they picked up, more neighborhoods, more areas. So, I mean, this is like a continuous thing that can continue to move forward and bring you new customers.
Yep, exactly. So now when we're talking about mailers and things like that, that is sending out advertising, right? And then, you hit them multiple times. There's another way to do it too, which is, you drive them to maybe a free report or you drive them to a consumer awareness guide.
On their web, you could do this on your website.
Exactly. On your website where you're going to capture their contact information in order for giving them the consumer report. So basically you're trading good content, value, and education for their contact information. Now, why do you want their contact information? Because now you're going to do multi-step marketing with them. So the next thing we're going to talk about is like educational emails, or it could be special offers or whatever it might be. But the key is staying in front of them on a consistent basis.
Yes.
So a lot of people say, oh, email marketing's dead. Well, that's not true. Email marketing is not dead. Again, it just needs to be used correctly in the right industries and everything like that. But getting in front of people with, via email or text message or anything is really, really important. So you have a sequence of emails that's going to remind them of your services and why they were interested in you in the first place.
That's right. It can't always be sales. It shouldn't, especially with email marketing, it should not always be sales. Like Troy said, right now we're talking about education. And let me just say, I 100% agree with Troy. Email marketing is not dead. We send out over 10,000 emails a month. Email marketing is by far not dead. It brings in a lot of business.
Yes, exactly. So you're going to have that sequence there, and you're going to be sending that out to them, to remind them about your services. And this is really important. I'll give you a perfect example. So here we go. Let's see, my phone right here. I bought this case for my phone.
Yeah. So for all our YouTube watchers, you're seeing Troy. He is showing off his phone right now. For all of our podcast listeners, he's got the, the iPhone 11 Pro.
No. I gave that to my wife. I got the 10S.
Oh, no, that's right. I have the iPhone 11 Pro.
That's right.
You've got the X.
Exactly. So, but anyways, I bought that case, when I got my phone, and when I bought the case, it dropped me into their multi-step marketing where they're consistently sending me emails, telling me about new products they've got, giving me special offers, things like that. Well, Christmas came around. My wife needed a new phone. My daughter needed a new phone. So I bought new phones. Well, guess what happened? Right after buying those phones, boom, an email popped up in my inbox that was just from the company,
Yep.
one of their consistent ones that they're sending out and I go, oh yeah, I got to buy cases for these new phones. So who did I buy from? I bought from them.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yep.
Did I remember the name of my case? No, I actually did not.
No.
But I remember them because I get emails from them. So it's a way to stay in front of your customers.
Yeah.
Otherwise I would have just gone and bought a case from somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. You would have ran down to Walmart or the Verizon store or Apple store, and they would have got your business.
Yep, exactly. But because this company was doing multi-step marketing with me, they tripled their sales.
That's awesome.
Off of me, right? So that's really important. And then you can also do podcasts, social media. Getting people to, if you do a podcast, to listen to your podcast, that's a way to get out there and get in front of them, market to them, and, stay in the forefront of their mind. Social media, again, getting them to follow your pages is another great way to do it. And what other ones, Trevor?
Well, retargeting ads is a good one. That would be a really good one. YouTube channel is a really good one because you can give out educational pieces. So like videos, if you're a home inspector, you're a carpet cleaner, anything like that, anytime you can shoot a video and give off educational pieces and put it onto your YouTube channel, that can help grow awareness. And then also you can run ads. You can run ads and your ads can be showing up on YouTube, on other videos. It's really good. And then retargeting, following them all over the internet. I mean, the thing is think about this. Amazon. They do an amazing job of this. When you go and you look at something on Amazon, we've all done this. We've all gone and looked at whatever we want, a phone case, for instance, or something like that. Amazon is then going to show in every feed you have, anywhere that it can get you. It's going to show it on your Google feed. It's going to show it in your social media feed. This is going to show everywhere. It's going to show you that phone case. And it's going to keep putting it in front of you because they know that it's going to take multiple times. If you didn't buy immediately, it's going to take multiple times to keep putting it in front of you, and you eventually will buy. And so Amazon is an amazing example of retargeting. They do a phenomenal job. So between YouTube, I mean, a lot of people go, well, I don't know, shooting a video and doing all this stuff. Listen, people want to be educated. I remember Troy and I one time, we were like, oh, we're going to get super fit and, we got to get in shape. And if, when we're in shape, the business is in shape, which is true. It's 100% true. And, when you're fit and you feel good, your business is going to do better. So we start getting online and we're looking all over, right?
Yep.
And we're getting on YouTube and we're watching videos on YouTube. And then we go onto Google and we're Googling it. And then we go onto social media and all of a sudden, you know what? This same guy keeps popping up everywhere we go. I still remember his name. Vince Del Monte?
Vince Del Monte, yep.
Vince Del Monte, yeah. This guy was like, and it was perfect because I'm this like little small guy, right? I'm only like 5'8", 150 pounds. And he comes on and he's talking about, I used to be the skinny, scrawny kid in school. And, and I used to get picked on all the time. But look at me now. And I'm, 280 pounds of muscle and all this, in my naive mind that didn't really know anything about steroids at the time, was like, yeah, that's what I want. Exactly. I'm just kidding. I don't know. But I'm not sure. I'm not saying he uses steroids, but he had this great marketing strategy that basically he was everywhere we were looking. Once we saw him we were seeing him everywhere. And you know whose program we bought? Vince Del Monte's. It was awesome.
Yeah. And that actually reminds me of the Post Place. Talking about that real quick, the Post Place was a content marketing system that we built back in 2009 to get people on the first page of Google.
Yeah.
And it rocked it. And one of the things we noticed when we were doing all of our sales was that, we set up a sequence of emails, and I think you were doing retargeting ads as well. And so we were constantly getting in front of these people, whether it was via email or whether it was the retargeting ads. And again, the emails, it was like, if I remember correctly, the first month was really kind of sales focused to get them to close. And then month 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 were more educational, And what we found when we were tracking our results is that people either bought in the first 7 days or they purchased 3 months later.
Yeah.
And
it was 3 months later.
Yeah. It was amazing because all of a sudden we're like, wait, why are we getting these sales in at the 3 month mark?
Yeah.
And it's because we had consistent, marketing, multi-step marketing still going out to them past that 3 months. And when we're talking to people, we found out was a lot of times they would talk to us, they'd get excited, but they just weren't quite ready to purchase.
Yeah.
3 months would go down the road and nothing had changed in their business. And they're like, I need to change my business. I'm not growing. So what would they do? One of our emails or one of our ads would pop up. And boom, they would pick up the phone, call us again, and purchase. Yeah. So that's the power of multi-step marketing. Absolutely. In that case, we were using email and retargeting ads.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing is it's about being in front of them when they need you.
Yes.
Or you have been in front of them so much, they can't forget you.
That's the other one.
That's a really good way to do it. So one of the things is that one of the questions we get all the time is, when should I stop doing a specific part of marketing, a specific piece of marketing? That comes in all the time. And I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again because I'm going to say it at least 8 times. But like PPC, Google Ads, right? People come over and they'll say, okay, so we've been doing the PPC, but now the SEO is really working really well. And, we're on the first page of Google. And so should we just shut the PPC off? And my answer, or my question is, are you making money from the PPC? Well, yeah, I go, okay, you're spending $3,000 a month on PPC. What are you generating back? Oh, well, last month, I think it was about $30,000. Okay. Do you want to do $30,000 less next month? No. Okay. Well, then why would you stop paying the $3,000 to get the $30,000? Yes. Why would you ever stop it? Just because something else is working, multiple channels, multiple branches of marketing is what we want. And so that's a big thing that literally all the time, because people think, oh, pay-per-click, it's kind of expensive. And yeah, it gets me to the top of the Google right away. But then I'm paying every time someone's clicking, and the organic is so much better. And I totally agree with you in some aspects, but I'm an all ingredients kind of guy, meaning you got to put all the ingredients in to make that pie taste good. If you are missing an ingredient, it's going to be nasty. It's not going to be good. So you don't want to do that. The other thing that we get all the time is people go, oh, so I've got a ton of reviews. I've got tons of reviews. And so I think I'm done getting reviews. What do you think about that? And I'm like, what do I think about that? I think we know that reviews sells people every single day on new clients. And the stats show us, I'll just tell you forget what I think about it. Let me tell you what the stats say. 85% of consumers, they say that reviews that are 3 months old don't matter anymore. So if you have reviews sitting on your website or out there in the interweb that are 3 months old, people aren't going to pay attention to them. At least 85% of them aren't. So no, if reviews help you get more business and close more business, you never stop getting new reviews. I will never stop getting new reviews. And then people, I know, well, you own a review system. Yes, I know I own a review system, but I own a review system. Don't you think it's important for me to get reviews? Well, when I go, it doesn't matter if it's today, tomorrow, or whenever. If I'm going to go buy a service or a TV just over the weekend, I went and bought a brand new TV, right, for my home office. And I jumped online. I'm actually at Costco and I'm looking at these different brands and I'm like, you know what? I don't know, man. They all seem so similar. So I jump online and I start looking and reading the reviews. Yep. If the reviews were 3 months old, I'd be like, well, man, people haven't been buying this TV. But then somebody's got all these brand new reviews, Samsung versus LG versus 4K versus, LCD and all this stuff. No. Everybody uses reviews all day long.
Yes.
And it's funny. I can't tell you how many people that I've walked by at this grocery store and they're standing there looking at a product and they're on their phone and I look and they're reading reviews.
Yep.
So it's if you're going to continue to do business, you need to continue to get reviews. And as long as it is profitable for you, which reviews are, you need to continue to get them. So guys, the answer is all ingredients to the pie. You got to have all the ingredients to make that apple pie taste so good. And then the last thing is, scoop of ice cream on top. So, all right, Troy, closing thoughts. Anything you want to add?
Yeah. So just again, multi-step marketing is a great way to build a profitable business.
Yeah.
It is a very great way to get the most out of your marketing and to continually grow at a consistent rate because you're just bringing more and more sales in.
Yes.
Now, the caveat to that is as long as you are still making money,
Yes.
then keep doing it, whatever the marketing is. So as long as it's still making you money, right?
It can't be hemorrhaging.
Yes. Then keep doing it and you'll continue to grow your business.
Well, and that's the thing. You have a perfect example. We've shared this before, but we get new listeners every single month. So we're going to keep sharing stuff. The story of when you were VP of that, $160 million a year company, what was happening? One side of the business was doing something. The other side of the business was doing what?
Oh yeah. So yeah, my side of the business was doing, tens of millions of dollars a year in revenue.
Yep.
The other side of the business, which had like 200 employees, was hemorrhaging money. And I had 5 employees on my side. There was a couple hundred employees on the other side. And the business decided, we don't really want to do what your side of the business anymore. We want to focus on this other side. This other side is like the future. And I was like, what?
The side that is literally losing money. Troy and his employees right there were literally funding the entire thing.
Yeah.
Like they were producing all the income for it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know now that's a great example because people are going, are you kidding me? Like, why in the world would, a board of directors make that decision to shut down, the profitable side?
Yep.
But it can be the very same thing in your business.
Absolutely.
Because you go, well, I'm really interested in this marketing over there, so I'm going to kill what's been working all this time.
Well, or they're not paying attention. Like this is the biggest thing that drives me bananas. And we talked about this in the last episode of the podcast, where if you're not tracking and you don't know down to the dollar what's going on, you can't judge anything.
Yeah.
You can't say this doesn't work or that doesn't work. Most of the time people do that because they don't understand it. Like I shared the story last time in I think the previous episode, I believe, or a couple episodes ago, but I had a client that hit me up and was like, hey man, did you turn all the marketing off? Because my phone's not ringing. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was the last episode. And I went over there and we cleared it up real quick because, we record every call and we've got every, form fill and everything. And we talked to the front desk gals and the phones were ringing off the hook. He was just in the back and he didn't think he was hearing them on the phone. And they were like, we've been swamped today. We've gotten 7 new patients today. And it was just this whole his idea, he wasn't tracking it or paying attention to any of the tracking or anything. He just had this in his mind. People just get these things in their mind. So don't be that person.
Yep.
Don't be the person that just gets it in their mind that, well, I either don't understand it or, this just doesn't work. Well, if you're not tracking it, if you can't say, well, it doesn't work because I spent X amount of dollars, but I only got this amount of dollars back or these amount of leads or whatever, then you don't know. You don't know what you're talking about. So don't be that person.
Yep.
All right. Last thoughts is, acquiring a customer is usually one of the most expensive things that a business can do. So we're going to talk in another episode about keeping customers versus acquiring customers. Yes, we always have to be acquiring more customers. But if you are providing an awesome service and you are doing this multi-step marketing system, you will then not only do it in the acquiring of a customer, but then you can put in steps in place for keeping customers. And we're going to do a whole nother podcast, like I said, about that.
Yes.
But it's cheaper to keep a customer than to try to acquire a customer. Now, think about going back to 44% of people that never follow up, basically.
Yeah.
They do the one thing, they send one invoice out and they never follow up. You are losing so much business because it's so expensive to acquire a new customer. Putting multi-step marketing in place, whether that's emails or flyers, having a podcast, having social media ads running, having retargeting ads running, having a YouTube channel where you're putting up videos and you're educating people. People love to be educated and then they trust you. That was that thing about Vince. Yeah. The bodybuilder, he had a ton of free videos of how to work out, how to build muscle, how to eat right. And we ate it all up. And then eventually we were like, we want more.
Yep.
We want more. So we bought his program. People think like, oh, well, I'm spending my time doing this and it's not bringing in dollars immediately. You're thinking short term. You are not thinking for the future. So unless your business is going out of business tomorrow, then you need to be thinking long term. And education is a great way to keep your customers happy, to get new customers. That is absolutely the way to go. So multi-step marketing, guys, this is something to think about. Look at your businesses. Where could you implement this? And if you need any help with any of the things that we talked about today, feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. Yes, we love doing our podcast. We love doing our YouTube channel. We love sharing tons of ideas and information with you. But you know what? We can help you as well. So anything you need, you just let us know. It's great to see. We sure appreciate. We get tons of emails. Love this episode. I got a social media post the other day. They found me on social media, friended me, and immediately was like, oh my gosh, I just listened to your last podcast. It was so awesome. We appreciate all the love. You guys are awesome. Please share it. It's on every podcast channel out there. It's on YouTube, and it's on, if you go to our, it's just search SoTellUs Time on Instagram.
Yep.
SoTellUs Time. Just like it sounds, SoTellUs Time. SoTellUs Time. You will find our Instagram channel, and the link in there gets you to any one of our podcast channels, including our YouTube. So if you want to start following us on YouTube, you can go to YouTube and just type in SoTellUs or SoTellUs Time, and you will find our channel, and you can follow us there as well and enjoy seeing us. We get a little, I get a little wacky sometimes. Troy's Mr. Cool. And you can also see why, I don't know, for some reason, I look like a vampire. I'm pale as pale can be. And Troy's got this nice red hue to him. So get on YouTube, follow us, and laugh at us, because that would be a lot of fun. We will catch you guys on the next SoTellUs Time. Have a great day.